Hello everyone, and welcome back to Diablo 2. My name is Chance Brunton, and I'm joined by my friend Chris.
Hi everybody.
And last time we rescued Deckard Cain, so he'll identify our items for free. And this time we are going to make our way to the outer cloister and stop off along the way in the Black Marsh to go down the tower cellar and find the Countess and kill her.
Sounds like a plan. And from my very small bit of research, it does not seem like Geed will sell wands or staves.
Perhaps gambling at a later time.
Yeah,
like his inventory might be restricted by level.
Yeah, so I will continue to check, but yeah, at the current moment, I cannot get any useful items from him.
I would more just pay attention to what Akara or whatever staff seller we're at, what they have.
Okay.
Every time we go back to town, just take a look at all the staves and see if there's any good deal.
How often do they reset? Is it just once a reset of the game?
Every time you leave town.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so every time we go back, talk to Akara or whoever and look at the staff selections, and I'll do the same for wands. That gets to be a little more of a pain in Act 2 because you talk to Drognan and he's a little standoffish in the corner. And so it's a little bit of a pain to run to him.
Gotcha.
An interesting thing I forgot to mention in the last episode, by the way, is if you do not rescue Deckard Cain, he will get out on his own, but he will charge you to identify items for the rest of the game.
That's pretty funny.
He'll just show up in Loot Ghislaine if you go to Act 2 without saving him.
He's like, thanks for nothing.
Yeah, pretty much. And then he charges you 100 gold or something to identify all.
Okay, sorry, I got kind of distracted fighting little dudes. Oh no.
Are you okay?
Oh, I keep panicking and clicking off my screen. I need to find a way to lock a cursor to this window, which I don't think is possible.
Yeah, I don't know of a way. That might be more hassle than it's worth, frankly.
Yeah.
We might want to split up to cover more ground.
Okay.
If you think you can survive on your own, because you're squishier than I am. So for me, it's not a trouble.
Yeah, I might stick with you until I get at least a good bit of gear.
Okay.
Because I'm dying pretty quick.
Right. Yeah, because I'm more my skeletons do quite a bit of damage early on. They don't scale great though.
Yeah.
But I'm still more the tank and you're the DPS.
Yeah.
But you're more of a glass cannon-y DPS.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's the tower. We probably want to look around for the waypoint, just because that's the easiest way to come back here.
Sure.
When we're done.
I need to start just using my potions more.
Yeah, they drop really commonly, so...
It's just that too good to use syndrome,
It's good to use them. That's something you've also should keep an eye out for when we go to town, is the next tier of belt. Because higher tier belts have more rows
slots,
of potions. Yeah. And I think it's tilde by default. You can open up your belt and see how many, or if you mouse over it, you can see all your potions.
Yeah.
So definitely keep an eye out for that. I already got it. The next one is it kind of looks like a double belt, the next tier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got a double belt also.
Okay, so you have 3 rows?
Oh, no, I only have the 2 rows.
I've got a belt for 3 rows, and it looks like 2 belts.
Do we go to the hole?
No. We do not go to the hole.
Lame.
Yeah, I know you really want to be in the hole, but it's not the time or place.
Okay, fair enough.
Right now, we need to be in the tower.
Okay.
Which, if you think about it, is just a larger hole.
You're right, yeah, it's just an upward hole.
Well, no, it's even a downward, because we're not... The tower is destroyed. What we're really going down into is the cellar that was beneath the tower.
True.
The tower itself is pretty much gone, so we are going down.
One thing that is a little confusing is that your little dudes look like bad guys, and so I think my brain tells me that to ignore bad guys sometimes because I think they're just your guys, but then they're not, and then they hit me and I die. I have to get better at identifying which ones you are.
Yeah, you're not alone in that. That is a relatively common complaint of playing with a Necromancer.
Okay.
Because they do look similar. And it's not even so bad right now, because right now we're not fighting anybody who looks like them.
Yeah.
But there will be skeletons that look very similar to them.
The exact same character model?
Yes, but I think they're tinted. So I think you can tell the difference. I think they're a bit yellower.
Dude, all these arrows. You sell them?
Yeah. They're not particularly valuable, though, so if you're running out of inventory space...
Toss them.
Yeah. Your mercenary doesn't need them to fire, and neither of us are using a bow, so...
True.
Though we could have been. Didn't you say that, your secondary choice was a...
Amazon. Yeah.
In Amazon, yeah. Amazons can use bows. It depends on how they spec.
Unless you want it to be a pokey Amazon.
Yeah.
Can you stand in the fire or is that bad? It's bad. It's bad. Pro tip. From me, it's bad.
Yes. Who would have thought the pentagon of flames on the ground would be bad? A pentagram.
I don't know. A pentagon is an impossible shape. Yeah.
No?
A 5-sided polygon?
Yes.
Oh, I'm thinking of like a tetra, like a 3D thing. Like, could you make a 5-sided thing in 3D?
That is a good question.
Because that's what I meant. And in my head, I can't see it.
Well, a tetrahedron would have 4 sides.
Yeah, and then you can have 6 sides.
You could have you could have it if you had like a pyramid that had a square base.
I got a plus 10 fire damage charm that I can use once I'm level 10.
Nice. I never really use those because they take up inventory space, but they are good to use.
But plus 1 to 2 fire damage of my spell right now does 12 to 15 is like a decent. That's like a 10% DPS up. That's healthy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but so yeah, if you have a pyramid with
4 sides and then a bottom, you're right. Yep.
A square base.
The math checks out there. Did you go into town?
No, I went down a level.
Oh, you just disappeared.
Yeah.
You just going. You're just like not even holding up.
No, I want to make good progress. We didn't make as much progress as I was hoping for last episode. Mm-hmm. The first episode made me kind of think that we could maybe do 2 quests an episode, and last time we only did the 1.
Well, it was kind of one of the longer ones though, because it's got the multiple steps.
It is. It is longer, and there's a lot of running because like you have to go through all the underground tunnels to get to the dark woods just to double back.
Oh.
So you're not wrong. So the Countess, by the way, we may wish to come back later.
Okay.
And farm her.
Okay.
Maybe not in this difficulty level, but
she's got some good drops.
Yeah, she drops an inordinate number of runes, which will be useful when we later want to get like rune gear.
Gotcha.
So now we go back. I'm not sure if anybody gives us a particular reward for fighting her. I don't think so. I think the reward is mostly like, the loot and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Do I want these diamonds and stuff? Do I keep those?
Yes. Hold on to them. Later we'll combine them together to make higher tier gems.
That's right, when we get the cube.
Yeah, they're used in some things. Although I have had a problem before where there's some lower tier gems that are used in recipes for upgrading runes.
Oh, okay.
So I have had problems of late game not being able to find the gems I need for the rune recipes.
Wouldn't you just go back to where you started? Like go back to the early game?
I'm not really sure if you can get lower level gems like that, but maybe. I haven't really looked into it. I just sort of came into a problem and was like, you know what? Screw this. I don't need the runes.
Not important. Okay, where to now?
All right, now we head to the Black Marsh.
Okay, and we go to the cloister?
Yes, through the Tamo Highlands. However you say that, I've never been sure.
Tomoe?
Possibly. It is a little bit weird. If it was Japanese, it would be Tomoe.
Tomoe, maybe?
I don't know. But yeah, we just follow the road, and it'll take us to the outer cloister, where we'll find another waypoint. And then from there, we can get into the barracks, which is where we will find the smith and the Horadric Malice.
That's right.
We're getting close here. The outer cloister is, a building similar to the cathedral from Diablo 1, in that it just kind of goes down and down and down.
That's right. It's where you start finding the spider guys.
Yeah, and at the very bottom is where we will fight the act boss, Andariel.
Okay.
But to get to her, we have to go down through 3 levels of the jail, the inner cloister, and then 4 levels of catacombs, and she's in the 4th level.
4 levels of what?
Catacombs.
What is a catacomb?
It's a place where dead bodies are kept in a tomb.
I know what a catacomb is.
I don't use the word very often, so I'm not sure on the pronunciation.
Catacomb, yes. I'm pretty sure it's catacombs. Catacomb.
That one I would also be a little concerned about because it might also be different regionally. Like, the British might say it differently. That might also be why I said it like that. I often have problems that I say, that I might say something in a way that it's like a British way.
Okay, because you're just so fancy?
Well, just because I grew up watching British television.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it, yep.
And also, even to this day, most of the YouTube videos I watch are filmed by Brits. Because I watch the Yogscast mostly.
Oh, are they still making stuff?
Oh, yeah.
I stopped hearing about them.
Yeah, they make loads of stuff. No, they make loads of things. They have a new Trouble in Terrorist Town video every day. Or GTA.
Is that a Minecraft thing?
No, it's Gary's mod.
Oh.
We need to be up here, by the way.
I am currently being just destroyed by like 10 dudes.
It's a game mode for Gary's mod where they have modded it, so they have a bunch of stuff, but the essential idea is that you have lots of terrorists, but 2 of them are traitors.
Oh, okay.
And the traitors have to work together to try and kill everyone else, and the other people have to suss the traitors, but they don't know who's guilty or not.
I am like really weak. I don't even do that much damage.
Spellcasters definitely get better as the game goes.
Yeah, I'm just like bumping up into my mana pool thing constantly.
Yeah, and you're not going to look good relatively early on because Necromancer, I think, is a little bit OP, frankly, early on.
Oh, I need to go bring my lady back. Oh, gosh. I died.
Yeah, I noticed. I summoned a portal for you.
Okay, thanks.
And I'm killing the things around your body.
The worst part about this is that we're going to hit a point where, like... So you're probably level 10 now, aren't you?
I am, yes.
Yeah, I'm not yet. Because like I keep missing out on XP.
Yeah, you are level 9.
Yeah.
It's not a huge deal because you really easily catch up in level in this game.
Okay, are we good?
Yep. So here's the outer cloister.
Okay.
There's certain areas of the game that are not really randomized much, and so you know basically what they are. There's only 2 variants of the outer cloister, with the waypoint that's always right here.
I had to go back. I got to upgrade. Or not upgrade, repair.
All right. Well, then I don't actually have much stuff in my inventory at the moment.
Yeah, I didn't have much either. I just needed to repair. All
right, so the outer cloister splits off in 3 directions. 2 of them are dead ends, and 1 of them leads to the barracks.
Okay.
We have to actually it's randomized which one, so we have to search to find it. It's not this one.
Do these razor spine dudes, do they have green spines in yours?
Green spine? Yeah.
Okay, I was because it looked kind of like it might have been a graphics glitch, and I was curious if you had the same.
It does look like a graphical glitch, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No, they have green. They do have green tipped spines.
Okay.
Kind of iridescent, almost metallic looking.
Yes.
I am now a level 11.
Okay, I just hit level 10, so you're like a full level ahead of me, but just barely. Fired level 12.
Yeah. But I need another 18,000 experience to get to my next level.
I need 14,000. Although now that charm is kicking in, I'm doing some pretty good damage.
Yeah. Oh, that's helping.
Mm-hmm.
I've never really been sure if that would make a change to spell damage or just melee damage or weapon damage.
It's fire damage specifically.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is I didn't know if it triggers when you cast a spell or if you actually have to hit somebody.
Oh, I would assume so.
It would definitely work if you went up and whacked somebody with your staff, but I don't know if it applies to Firebolt.
Mm-hmm. Well, anecdotally, from confirmation bias, it does feel like it's stronger. So what do you do while your dudes are killing things? You just like walk around and hit stuff too?
Yeah, I combat loot mostly.
That's why you're picking everything up. It's like because you can just focus on picking stuff up.
Yeah, in the early game, I do kind of run up and hit stuff with my wand a little bit. It doesn't do a whole lot, but it makes me feel like I'm doing something. Later in the game, I have to stop doing that once it really starts endangering my life. And then I just try and stay back, stay out of the way, and loot things as they die. That's one thing that Diablo 3 had that was an improvement over Diablo 2, is that Diablo 3 has individual loot.
Yes.
Here's the smith. Don't let him hit you. He hits real hard, so don't let him hit you.
Yeah, I ran away like a little girl.
One thing is that, oh, there's a staff.
Oh, really? Where?
He dropped one. Over here. Down. No, wrong way.
Oh.
Warmer. Oh, do you know about pressing Alt to show all the stuff on the ground?
Yes.
Okay. And then up here we have the Horadric Malice. We can grab it. I was going to show you, but then I realized that, you know what, we're recording it, so I'll just grab it, and then if you really want to see it, you'll be able to see it back.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. I can put Firebolt here. Oh, wait, I have Inferno.
You have a drow?
Inferno skill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got it from the staff, so...
Oh, right. Yeah, items can let you cast things that you haven't unlocked yet, like that, which is nice.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of like how it works in some other games where you have to already have the skill to receive the bonus.
Mm-hmm. Let me know when you're ready to come back down, because I went ahead and jumped down, which closed my portal, so I'll open a new one for you.
Okay, yeah, give me just a second. Okay, yeah, you can let me in. Thank you.
So here's a Resist Cold Shrine.
Oh.
You're a little squishier than me, so you might want to take that, just in case there's a cold enchanted enemy. It's up here. There you go. That'll help with those horrible frost novas that people unleash. So, I don't know if you know, but Inferno is something you have to right-click and hold.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and since I don't really need to hit anything, I put my Firebolt on my left mouse click, and then I can just hold this. And I know they both use my mana, but...
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
That way I don't stupidly just start... Because I'll still do a hit if I have no mana, so...
Another thing that Diablo 3 improved, I think, was the ability to use multiple skills at a time and bind them to different keys.
Yeah, and also the fact that there are skills that would build your meter that weren't just like regular attacks. So you always had something interesting to do even if you were out of mana.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and it would give you a chance to earn back your resources.
Yeah, and not just use a potion, because there weren't mana potions. You could get, I think one of the legendary potions would give you back your resource, but besides that, there wasn't a potion for that. There was some abilities that would do it, though. Like, I know the Demon Hunter has that preparation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel bad for the Diablo guys, because, I'm sure that they worked hard on it, and it was a work of love, and of course it didn't it didn't really go over very well. I mean, it was at least a financial success, so that's good, but it could have been better. But they did, for all the things that they didn't do as well as they could have, that people always go on about, there were things that were improvements,
Will you open a portal?
Yeah. But of course, nobody talks about the things that were done right. They only talk about the things that were done wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I think must really suck if you work really hard on something like that, and you do make a lot of improvements, but then nobody pays attention or cares.
Yeah, true. Yeah, being a developer of a game is probably pretty stressful.
Mm-hmm.
Just a lot of different irons and different fires.
Did you see Riker's video, most recent video?
I haven't watched a Riker video in a while, actually.
Oh, okay. Because there was a really neat story. Because there's been a lot of problems with developers doing dumb things. Fallout 76.
Oh yeah.
And so there's been lots of problems, lots of controversies in recent years, and in particular recent months.
Mm-hmm.
But finally, we got a story of developers doing something smart when it comes to marketing.
Yeah.
So
Ooh.
I know what those boots are before they're even identified.
Yeah, that's how I got with Diablo 3. I could recognize every item before it's identified, at least for the classes I play.
I'm trying to remember the name. I don't remember the name. Dang it. Yeah, but the Titanfall developers, from Titanfall 1 and 2, right?
Yeah, they made that Apex game.
Yes, that's the name. I had forgotten the name. And it's been a huge success, or so I hear. That even
it's a free-to-play game that's got good stuff. Yeah, it seems like it's doing pretty well.
Yeah, and I gather it's in the same sort of genre as like Fortnite and stuff.
Yeah, it's
but
a battle royale.
Even people who don't typically like those battle royale games have generally had good things to say about this one, because they have a lot of quality of life improvements and things over the other ones.
Well, they make it fun to play with other people, even if you don't like to talk in game chat, because it's got a lot of good context sensitive commands you can give to like point at stuff and like what you couldn't really do in the other one, so you had to talk on a mic or you'd be useless. And like myself included, I didn't like playing that kind of thing because I don't like having to talk to people I don't know just to coordinate. So I think that was really smart. And also it's like Overwatch, and it got different classes that all have their like different heroes with their own special abilities and ultimates and stuff. Which is new, but I haven't played. I don't really like battle royales because it's a lot of work to lose in the last 5 minutes and get nothing.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of battle royales myself. I'm not a huge competitive person.
Same.
I don't like playing against people. I like PvE more.
Yeah,
but
the only game I ever enjoy playing online is probably Splatoon 2. And actually, I played that yesterday. They do like Splatfests, which is like, you know what Splatoon is, right?
Yeah. It's the Ink game from Nintendo.
Yeah, they do like every month or so they do like a Splatfest. Essentially, is you pick one of two teams and you play against the other team, and it's always fun stuff. Like this one was pancakes versus waffles. And so everyone on your team is a fellow waffle fan. Every one of your enemies likes pancakes because they're idiots. And it's just fun. And like you get like a special like pancake or waffle theme rewards and stuff. And it's still like it is a competitive shooter kind of game, but it's more about coverage of the map, not so much about like killing other dudes. Although you do
right.
And it's just fun. It's just in a match is only 2 minutes long, and so it's real quick. But like battle royale is the opposite. Battle royale is like you're gonna play this one match for an hour and then you're gonna lose.
Yeah. Although I take it that they've improved some things in that too, that like, you know, there's at least respawn mechanics and stuff.
In Apex there is, yes. But it's practically a trap. In that like it mostly is like there to like make you want to do it, but then like you probably like if you have the time to like help your person respawn, like other teams are going to be like keeping an eye on you and they're going to come get you.
Right.
Because you have to like essentially have to be a sitting duck to respawn your friend. But it's better than before. Like I played a little bit of Fortnite just because you know everyone was playing it. And I had to know.
Yeah, same.
And in that one, like when you play in a squad and you die, you just leave. Like there's no reason to stay in the match.
Right.
Or in this one, at least there's a reason to like stick around and wait because they might bring you back, and that's kind of cool. Yeah, it's a neat little game. It's just not for me.
What I really liked was the way that they handled the marketing. Oh, we're on the jail level 2.
Yeah.
I found the way down, but I was like, we should look for the waypoint. But there isn't one on level 2. I thought we were on level 1.
Will you do another portal for me?
Yeah, I'm running back to your body.
I'm getting so tired of dying.
Invest more heavily in vitality. This is why, like I said, most people, like, they invest the bare minimum into strength, the bare minimum into mana, and then they mostly dump into vitality.
Okay.
I tend to be a little more mana heavy. That becomes easier later when you unlock the mana shield ability.
Okay.
But yeah, online people generally say vitality for all classes, really.
I think we should probably call it once we find the waypoint, wherever that is.
Yeah, we'll go to the inner cloister and then we'll call it there.
Okay.
So we just need to get through the jail level 3 and find the inner cloister.
Okay.
And then the inner cloister is a very set, small map without randomization. So the waypoint's just right there.
Okay.
But yeah, so to finish the story about the marketing of this game, what they did, they released it without any marketing, just all of a sudden.
Yeah.
There was no word about it, and then they released it, and they were like, just suddenly, well, here's this new game.
Go play.
You can play it now. Yeah. And the developers talked a little bit about why they did that. And they said they had recently been acquired by EA.
Yeah.
Who, of course, has not the best reputation.
No.
Especially with things like loot boxes in Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah, I remember that.
And stuff like that. And so then the developer said, this is a free-to-play game with loot boxes, and we were just bought by EA. That is a recipe for a marketing disaster.
Yeah.
There's no way we can salvage that. So instead, we're just going to surprise release the game so that people can see for themselves what the game is like. Not just, be told and have to guess, but they can actually just test it.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
I think it's a good call.
If they had announced it early, everybody probably would have looked at those factors and said, this is EA. Also, it's not Titanfall 3.
Yeah.
It's set in the Titanfall universe, but it's not the Titanfall people who are fans of the series want it.
Yeah. As someone who was a fan of Titanfall 2, it's a little bit of a bummer, but they even said that they're not going to make Titanfall 3 anytime soon. Like it's kind of because the first 2 games didn't do very well. Like they didn't sell a lot of copies.
Yeah, but I appreciate it, because there have been other games and other developers where they have worked on something like that was not what the fans wanted or expected, and then when they announced it, they got a lot of negative criticism.
Yeah.
Diablo Immortal.
You're right. Yeah, I was gonna say like.
Yeah, go on.
I was like that. There's just, especially these modern days, like these last few years, like you have to really like feed into exactly what people want and expect. Otherwise, you're going to get really bad publicity. And some people do it really good. Like I don't know if you've seen that game, The Outer Worlds.
No, I haven't.
It's the people who did Fallout New Vegas. It's Obsidian. They did like Pillars of Eternity.
Oh yeah,
those games. And it's like it's pretty much like a new kind of Fallout-like game. It's like space, post-apocalyptic kind of thing. They have shown like very little of that game, but they have crazy popularity and crazy like word of mouth because like they literally came out and said, "We are the ones that made the Fallout games you like." and then like they just went out and just like kind of like went out at it like from the original, because they made the first 2 Fallouts. Like it's a lot of those same people who did that. And then they came back and made Fallout New Vegas, and those are like considered to be the best Fallouts. So they pretty much just like got out in front of it and said, "We're making exactly what you want," and everyone likes it. But no one's seen anything, but they assume they like it.
Yeah. The only Fallout game I've ever seen is Fallout 4.
Oh yeah, that's kind of. Well, that was the worst one until recently. I found the Inner Cloister.
Okay, great. So if you just walk into the Inner Cloister, I'm in town real quick selling stuff.
Okay.
Then the waypoint should be right there.
I don't see it.
You do not want to click on the double doors to open them and go through, because there's monsters back there. You should not have to pass through a double doorway.
Okay.
There's a small rectangular room off to the side where the stairs are, and then a big rectangle.
Yeah, I found it. All right, well.
I've got a lot of gems saved up.
I have a few.
And I have 20,000 gold.
I have like 4,000.
Yeah, so, okay, and yeah. I guess I need to activate the waypoint separately because I don't have it?
Maybe. Made to be like on the same.
Yeah. All right, well then I need to pick up the waypoint real quick.
Saros Iron Heel Chain Boots. Do I want these for any reason?
What was it?
These boots. The set boots.
Well, I mean, we're probably never going to complete a set in this game, to be honest. I've never done it.
Yeah.
In 20 years, I've never finished a set.
Okay. And they seem like a straight build.
So if they're good boots, they're worth using.
No, 20% faster run, walk, fire resist, and the defense. They're not even as good as the boots I have right now. Do you want them?
If they're not as good, then you could. Sure, yeah, they're better than my boots. I like the walk-run speed, definitely.
You need 30 strength, though.
Oh, that's no problem. I've got 40.
Oh.
I usually invest in 40 strength right away.
Okay.
With a goal of 50 by Act 2.
Oh, wow.
As a Necromancer, I don't do any dex. I don't do any energy. I dump, 40 in strength right away, 50 by Act 2, 70 by Act 3. The rest I dump into Vitality.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I've got like 120 life. I don't know how much you've got.
Not that much. I have 98 or 78 life.
Yeah, so I've got an extra 40.
Yeah. Well, you call it there? Yep.
All right then. Yeah, let's call it there. So, by the way, it probably won't do it now. In fact, I usually never do it. But since we turned in the Horadric Malice, Charcy will imbue an item for magical power.
Okay.
But there's like heavy restrictions on what kind of item it can be. It has to be a very plain, normal item with nothing on it.
Gotcha.
Which is hard to find.
Yeah.
Anyway, so next time we will go back to the Inner Cloister, which has a little tiny adjoining cathedral that then leads into the catacombs, whichever.
Yeah, whichever.
And I'm now very curious if that is like a British English thing or not. That might just be me mispronouncing it, though. But anyway, we will descend down there, wherever it is, and at the very bottom will be Andariel, the Act Boss. We can definitely kill her next episode, and then move on to loot Ghislaine in Act 2.
Sounds good.
In the meanwhile, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye, everybody.